What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of my UFC Undisputed 3 career mode. So, with this episode, once again, I'm just doing, I guess you would call it like a pre-voiceover. And, I'm going to be talking about what happened on UFC on Fuel TV. It was their first ever fight night on the Fox network channel Fuel, and it was a pretty decent event. I mean, there was a bunch of fights, which was crazy. Although the one thing I don't like about this whole mumbo jumbo with Fox is they have to have like a pre-show, a pre-fight show, and then a post-fight show, and it just makes the event like more longer and just more strenuous. I mean, once we've seen the fights, I mean, come on, like, why do you have to repeat it over and over and over? But, I mean, I guess I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the fans to learn more about the sport of MMA and, all that mumbo jumbo stuff. But come on, I mean, well, I mean, I guess for us, veterans, people that have been watching, MMA and UFC for years, that, I mean, we know about everything. And, yeah, I mean, to me, it's just like a very long drawn out thing, man. With the pre-fight show is cool, but then the post-fight show after, and they just keep talking about what happened. But anyways, let me just jump into all of the results. The first fight was Tim Means versus Bernardo Magalhães. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but Tim Means won by a unanimous decision. They went all 3 rounds. There wasn't, too much action. It was just a little, they were just scrapping here and there, went to the ground a little bit. It wasn't too much of an exciting fight, so, and then also for the next fight as well was Antoine Kovinen versus sorry about that, I had a sneeze. Versus Justin Salas, and it went once again all 3 rounds. There was not much action on there, but and this was the prelims, because there was 3 prelim fights, and then it was 3 prelim fights and 5 main card fights. Yeah, so I mean, it's a pretty big, pretty nice. First event. It was pretty long. I mean, if you had the pre-fight show and the post-fight show, it's really long. But anyway, and then in the main event of the prelims was Jonathan Brookins, which was the winner of the last Ultimate Fighter. Well, actually, not the last Ultimate Fighter, but the one before it, versus Venard Rocha, and that was, I mean, Jonathan Brookins is just getting better and better, and we saw how he pretty much stuffed the takedown, because Rocha went for a takedown, and Brookins pretty much stuffed it and pretty much reversed the takedown, and Brookins was on top. Rocha tried to go for a leg lock, and his hands were occupied trying to get Brookins' leg, and Brookins just pounded him. It was a real nasty KO. I mean, he just kept hitting him in the chin, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, and finally Rocha just goes out, and the ref stops it. So, Jonathan Brookins, very, very nice win. I definitely want to see more of him. He really looks like he can definitely be a very good contender. So, we'll just have to see what happens with him later on. And on to the next fight, which was Ivan Menjivar and John Albert. That was a crazy fight. I mean, I really think this fight was one of the best out of the whole event. I mean, Ivan Menjivar, he's a beast. And John Albert went out there, and he seriously, he put it on Menjivar. I really thought the ref was going to stop this fight because, Menjivar got rocked. John Albert jumps all over him, hammer fist, he was throwing everything. But we finally saw Ivan Menjivar is definitely durable, and he has a lot of heart, and he hung in there. I was really shocked, and he pretty much hung in there. Finally got it back up, he shook off the cobwebs, and then he came back and he got a submission in the. It was in like 3 minutes and 45 seconds in the first round. He got a submission off. I was very impressed. It was a really, really good comeback win for Ivan Menjivar. And also, if you guys don't know, they're going to be introducing this flyweight, which I'm thinking Ivan Menjivar might want to go down that weight class, and he could maybe dominate that weight class, but he's still, he's doing very good, He's actually on like a 2 or 3 fight win streak, so, look out for Ivan Menjivar. And then for the next fight was TJ Dillashaw versus Watson, and that fight was really, really bad. We really saw TJ Dillashaw is a juggernaut. He's pretty much like the featherweight division of TJ Dillashaw isn't bantamweight, sorry about that, but he is definitely like the Chael Sonnen of that division. He really just ran through Watson. Watson toward the end, he had this very, very nice submission. I believe it was like a guillotine, was it? Or what? Or no, it was a triangle. He had it. Like, all he had to do was just tighten it up, and he could have won it. But TJ Dillashaw dug out of it, and he just kept on putting him on his back. Even on the stand-up, Watson, which I thought Watson would be better on the stand-up, even when, the very little time they were standing up, Dillashaw caught him with a couple really good right hands, and Dillashaw's looking really, really good. Wow, he lost it at the finals to what's his face? I forget his name, but the little short guy, Dotson, that's his name. But he really showed that. He's gonna be he's a really good addition to the UFC. So TJ Dillashaw really dominated that fight in a unanimous decision. It went all 3 rounds. So although I wanted to see Dillashaw finish the fight, but he just couldn't. Watson was really good, and he stopped a lot of the submissions and a lot of the ground and pound. So, congrats Dillashaw on your first real UFC win. And on for the next fight, Majoric versus Philip DeFries. It's funny because it's spelled DeFries, but it's DeFries. This fight didn't go long. It was a very fast heavyweight knockout, or heavyweight or light heavyweight. I sometimes get these guys mixed up, but Majoric, he really knocked out Philip DeFries in 43 seconds of the first round. Very quick fight. You just see like how dangerous this Croatian is. Majoric, I think I'm saying it right. I'm probably not, so apologies for that. But Majoric, he showed, he has really good boxing. He's had Golden Gloves, professional boxer. you know, and he's a really good wrestler. So I mean, he can really be a contender, and he's undefeated so far. This is his third, I believe, third or fourth win. So it's going to be really, really crazy if he can get up there and fight. You know, if he can fight, you know, Dos Santos. But you know, we still have to see, you know, about Overeem. But anyways, then on to the next fight: Aaron Simpson versus Ronnie Marcus. And it was a split decision where Ronnie Marcus won. I mean, Aaron Simpson, he you know, got him down a couple times, but he just wasn't very, I don't know, Aaron Simpson, after he lost to Chris Lieben, it's like he just hasn't gotten back to his old ways, and I'm not sure, and I didn't even know Aaron Simpson is pretty old. He's 37, so I mean, not to say he should retire, but he should maybe start thinking about or maybe changing up his camp or doing something, because now this is his like second or third straight loss. So you know, Aaron Simpson has to do something. But he lost in a split decision. So on to the co-main event. Co-main event was pretty good, you know. I mean, you know, I always say anytime Stephen Struve fights anyone, it's always a good fight. I mean, he makes good fights. So, I mean, and he fought Dave Herman, which Dave Herman, you know, he's pretty cuckoo. I mean, the story that Ariel Helwani was saying, where he just packed his bag and drove across country, and like his brakes went out, and he was going like 150 miles an hour for like a long time, where there was red lights. He was going through red lights because he just couldn't stop. I mean, this is Dave Herman's crazy, and the way he was, all hairy. He dyed his whole full body hair like black, and he's crazy. But I mean, Dave Herman, he had I believe in the first round he you know, he was doing okay with Struve, but in the second round Struve really opened up, and he rocked him and finished it off with a TKO victory. So you know, Struve is once again, you know, this is what Struve's like second or third win now. So Struve is back in the winning streak. And yeah, I mean, I really like this kid. And what's really good about Stephen Struve is he's really young. He's only 23 years old. So, you know, I mean, he has time and time to just get better. I mean, his jiu-jitsu is really good. You know, he's a really tall kid, so he has that reach. If he just works on his stand-up a bit more and start utilizing the jab, because Stephen Struve has such a good reach advantage on pretty much almost everyone in the weight division. So I don't know, that's crazy. But and the last but not least, Jake Ellenberger, Diego Sanchez. It was unanimous decision, which I saw Dana White messed up. Yes, he did fuck up. It was supposed to be 5 rounds. If it was 5 rounds, Diego Sanchez would have won, because at the end, Diego Sanchez really got to Ellenberger, and he actually had Ellenberger down on his stomach, and Diego was pounding on him at the last. So, I mean, if there was 2 more rounds, Sanchez would have definitely won that fight. But, I mean, first or second round, Ellenberger did his thing. He knocked down Sanchez and whatnot. So, we'll see. I'm hearing, I think, Carlos Condit versus Ellenberger. So, I don't know, but alright, I'm running out of time, although I can make videos longer than 15 minutes now. So, you know, I want to thank everyone for your support in giving me this. So now I'll be making longer videos. So, you know, I just want to say, see you guys, you know, like, subscribe, and see you next time.